Booming Thunder Radio, where we groove as the spirit moves. Yeah. Drawing the honey from the rock with the righteous Reverend Doctor on Booming Thunder Radio.
Welcome, mighty friends, ye fellow Hanukkah warriors of Silicon Valley, ye lovers of the truth more than their next breath, willing to give their whole life, ye the Mashiach in their heart. Mashiach knows this narrow way, and he reveals this narrow path few will find, ye in the word living and breathing in a man's heart. And when a man can give the bone from his bone, the flesh from his flesh, this spirit of truth, and they each one, two as one with the Mashiach, and then each one, two as one together right now. Yeah, it brings the tabernacle. But which eye do you see? I'm Brother T.C., faithful and true, a lover of the truth and the living word, a mortal man with the living word upon the flesh of his heart, a circumcision, yea, witnessed by all the Elijah ministries in the earth, yea, the 7,000 unseen Hanukkah warriors, yea, those that coded the internet, those that ye created this digital realm, this darkness, this prince of the air. Yea, he once ruled in this realm. He still believes himself to be able to defeat the Creator. Yea, this one who creates nothing, this one who only seeks to kill, steal, and destroy your mortal soul. So cunning and craftily do they do it. Yea, Mystery Babylon's skill is immeasurably greater than in YeHoShUa, yea, the Mashiach, Jesus. Many know his name, but Jesus is just the first veil into the temple revealed on the Sabbath day within your heart. Yea, within your mind, within your very soul. So the living word today, mighty friends, comes to us from Zechariah chapter 13 and 14. Yea, wisdom took the blade in her pages, and she parted herself before us this day at 1491. Yea, 1491. So when we take our brother Thea by the hand. Yea, and we ask him the definition for 1491 in the Greek. Eidos. Our distinguished brother Thayer's definition is the external or the outward appearance of a form, a figure, or a shape. A second definition is a form of a kind of something there. It comes from 1492. Edu, properly to see, literally or figuratively, yea, such is as the Bible is crafted by the unknowable one, revealed but by one, the faithful Son who walked the earth with the spirit of the unknowable God within his heart. Yea, his very soul was God. He gave himself willingly that he could give this spirit to each one of us. You only have to believe and seek first the kingdom of light and the right understanding of the Son of everlasting glory in the earth. Yea, to see, to perceive with the eyes, to perceive by any of the senses, to perceive, notice, discern, discover, to see, to turn the eyes, the mind, yea, the attention to anything. Yea, Mystery Babylon is so skillful at this. Yea, to make you pay attention, to observe. To examine, to go see about something, to inspect, to know, to have regard for one, yea, to pay cherished attention to that one, such as in 1 Thessalonians 5 and 12. But we request of you, brethren, that you appreciate those who diligently labor among you and have charge over you in YeHoShUa HaMashiach, who gives us, each one of us, with this indwelling within our heart. He, this Spirit of truth alone, gives us instruction. The remnant cannot be deceived. The remnant takes not the pharmakia of Mystery Babylon. The remnant walks not with a rotten apple in their hand or some mechanized robot on the end of their left foot. No, sir. We get our wisdom, knowledge, gifts of the Spirit, but from one, the faithful Son who gave his whole life, that each one of us can receive his Spirit. And as the Father, the unknowable God was in his heart, and he was in the unknowable Father's heart, each two as one in the earth. Now he gave the Spirit to each one of us who would believe the word, Yea, with the love and compassion of merciful justice and honor in their heart. Yea, that purges all the poison from the soles of your feet. Let each brother wash each brother's feet. The piercing of the veil, and the cleansing of the blood, yea, from the cloak and the cover. So, let's see, Zechariah 13 is where we all started out. And she parted at 1491. We at Brother Thea. The complete word study for 1491 in the Greek. The act of seeing, the things seen, the external. Did you hear that? The external appearance is very different than what's on the inside, mighty friend. Yeah, metaphorically, our future bliss has yet no visible appearance or form. The object of sight, form, appearance, yeah, can be seen in the Septuagint in Genesis 41 and 2. And lo, from the Nile, yeah, that place where the crocodiles are, there came up 7 cows, yeah, like Egyptians. They blew in with the wind, sleek and fat, and they grazed in the marsh grass. It refers to the visible appearance of things, the visible appearance of things, which are set in contrast to that which directs faith. That evil would tremble, and that the meaning that the believer is guided not only by what he beholds, what he sees in this 1491, but by what he knows to be true through what he does not see. Such as in 1 Thessalonians 5:22, the form of evil. Abstain from every form of evil. There it is, 1491. Form. Now let us cross over into the complete word study on the Hebrew 1491. And what did our brothers, leave us as a treasure, for this time? Gaza, like the strip. A verb, it means to take, to cut. Yeah, now you know why it's the Gaza Strip. Do you not? It refers to the cutting of the umbilical cord. Yes, Psalm 71 and 6. By you I have been sustained from my birth. You are he who took me from my mother's womb. My praise is continually of you. Figuratively, yes, we must always pay attention to the mighty one, the existing one, his mystery, figurative word. It describes God as taking a child from its mother's womb, like into the birthing The old brown driver, he's always short and sweet. The BDB definition, to cut off, to sever, or the participle, the qualifying, he that severed. A primitive root akin to 1468, which is to pass over, to pass away, to cut off. The Gaza Strip. Yeah, let's go deeper. The Ancient Hebrew Lexicon Bible number for 1491 is 1053. For all you mathematicians out there, for all you Kabbalists who can do nothing but smile and say kind things, but work curses and evil in your hearts. We hear and see you, we mirror and magnify by the grace of the Father you know not, to magnify your own power mirrored off of us, reflected like the glistening reflection you worship. We command the gods you worship to sift you. For the God we worship, the one true God, revealed but by one, the Son, the faithful one, YeHoShUa. Many stories are in him, about him, and only a penance of what could have been written. The Hebrew 1491, the Gimel, and the blade, picture of the foot, and has a meaning of lifting, and the plow. It's an agricultural implement for harvesting or cutting. The shearing and removal of the wool fleece from the sheep for clothing, as well as the cutting of other materials with just a single stroke. The fleece, the shearing of sheep for its fleece, also the grasses that are sheared off with a sickle in harvest. Fleece, the mowings, the mown grass. Did you hear it moan when you laid it under? The hewn stone is like the fleecing shear, stones that are sheared with one blow to form flat sides. The wrought, yea, the sheared edge, like the sheep shearer, the cut off edge, the shave and the cut down, yea, the nut, yea, the shearing of a nut tree, a stump, yea, a sheared off tree. To take when you shear, when you sweep, yea, the back and forth sweeping action of a sickle, such as when it's cutting into the grass. A sweeping away of something cut off or brought forward. The fleece, yea. You add a few more syllables and you have 2059, 2060, and 2061 also adopted roots with the same root as this word. And those words mean pluck as in a feather, or devour as in the caterpillar upon the leaf, or the UT. Yeah, them old Longhorns, but no, it's really all about, the Axeman. Yeah, and the Austin axe. And the grinding of the edge upon the blade. Yeah, mighty friend. Make sure your blade is edged every day. Ground against the flint, making your piercing arrows unimaginably strong with every word and every breath that comes from your lips. Yea, mighty friend, everlasting one. Zechariah, yea, chapter 13. So in that day, yea, like this very day, a fountain will be opened for the house of the beloved, yea, the lover, yea, mighty David. And for the inhabitants of Jerusalem, yea, a dual allusion to its two main hills, the true pointing, at least of the former reading, seems to be that of H 3390. H 3390. The teaching of peace, Jerusalem, to throw the rain for sin and for impurity. In that day a fountain will be opened for the house of David and for the inhabitants of Jerusalem. So the house of David and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the capital of Palestine, a place founded peaceably, a capital of the United Kingdom and the nation of Yehudah after the split. So Yehudah wants everybody to come back where they stayed, and Israel wants to be out where they are, but yet have Yehudah, yea, the lion of the tribe of Yehudah, walking before them in all the earth. But the idolatry must be cut off, mighty friend. You see, it will come about in that day, yea, like this very day, declares YeHoVaH of hosts, that YeHoVaH will cut off the names of the idols from the land, and they will no longer be remembered, and YeHoVaH will also remove the prophets and the unclean spirit from the land. Well, these prophets are false prophets, heathen prophets, not true prophets, for they have an unclean spirit that comes up out of the land. Yea, from the world beyond imagination, mystery Babylon's fallen ones. And if anyone still prophesies, these false prophets, Then his father and mother who gave birth to him shall say to him, You shall not live, for you have spoken falsely in the name of YeHoVaH. And his father and mother who gave birth to him will pierce, by analogy to starve, to thrust through with the blade, like the word in your ears and in your heart. To him will pierce him through when he prophesies, falsely. Also, it will come about in that day that the prophets will each be ashamed of his vision when he prophesies, and they will not put on a hairy robe in order to deceive. Now these are the true prophets. Also it will come about in that day that the prophets will each be ashamed of his vision when he prophesies, and they will not put on a hairy robe. How about that mantle? How about that apron? I wonder how many of them got that on. That old black, hairy goat hair that white lamb skin dyed red must cover. That coat of many colors which we all are, covered by only that black, shaggy goat hair. In all the earth, the only way to save us from ourselves is with this lamb. But he will say, I am not a prophet. I am a tiller of the ground, a plower of field, for a man sold me as a slave in my youth. Do you understand? What took me 60 years before the Father said that I was ready to bear the truth and receive and understand how this man would sell me as a slave in my youth? But I have fulfilled all of my obligations. I have received a great reward, in the 70 and beyond. And one will say to him, What are these wounds between your arms? What are these wounds, these blows, between Let's see if we have something on the King James Concordance. This word between is used 196 times out of the 261 times that we have it in there. Okay. So it's between your arms. Are you reading with me on these little KJV occurrences? Some things cannot be spoken. They can only be revealed. And the Spirit within your heart, when you seek them diligently, He will reveal a world beyond your imagination, mighty friend. Between your arms. And one will say to him, "What are these wounds between your arms?" Then he will say, "With which I was wounded in the house of my friends." So the shepherd was struck. "Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man, my associate, declares YeHoVaH of hosts. Strike the shepherd, that the sheep may be scattered. And YeHoVaH will turn his hand against the little ones." It will come about in all the land, declares YeHoVaH, that two parts in it will be cut off and perish, but the third will be left in it. Do you understand? And mighty YeHoVaH, His faithful Son, walking before each one of us, He will bring the third part through the fire, for no one can do it but Him, refining them as silver is refined, and testing them as gold is tested. They will call on the name above all names, mighty YeHoVaH, the unknowable one, revealed but by one, His Son, the true Mashiach, YeHoShUa HaMashiach, the Sabbath day King, not some twisted Sunday paganized, listening to what men say and not receiving the manna before the brightness of each treasured day. Yea, they will call on my name, and I will answer them, says YeHoVaH. I will say, they are my people, and they will say, YeHoVaH is my God. Hallelujah. Ye mighty friends, I trust you enjoyed that first little part. Yea, I know the old eagle, yea, my brother unseen, yea, he knows what's going on. Do you? Have you woken up? Or are you just riled up because you don't know the Bible? Or is there a peace and mercy in your heart because you know the living word, and to die is gain, but to live forever, the way few will find is a faithfulness much better. Hallelujah. So, mighty friend, if we go to chapter 14, Zechariah 14, the coming day of YeHoShUa HaMashiach, the Sabbath day King. Behold, a day is coming, For YeHoVaH, when the spoil taken from you will be divided among you. And I will gather all the nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city will be captured, and the houses plundered, the women ravished, and half of the city exiled. But the rest of the people will not be cut off from the city. Then YeHoVaH will go forth and fight. Yea, he will fight against those nations as when he fights on a day of battle. In that day his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives, which is in front of Jerusalem on the east, and the Mount of Olives will be split in its middle from the east to the west, and a very large valley shall be seen, so that half of the mountain will move toward the north, and the other half towards the south. Not too much like we saw in 1860, y'all. There's nothing new under the sun. Things that have been done shall be done yet again and again in the Father's perfect timing. You will flee by the valley of my mountains, for the valley of the mountains will reach to Azel. And you say, well, what does that mean? It's from the same as H681A. It's a place in Yehuda. Yes, you will flee just as you fled before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Yehuda. Then YeHoVaH, my God, our God, will come, and all the holy ones with him. So come forth, mighty one. Faithful, humble bondservant of him who creates all. Those who could never be deceived, the true remnant of the everlasting glory seen in the earth forevermore. In that day there will be no light. The luminaries will dwindle. For it will be a unique day, which is known to YeHoVaH neither day nor night. But it will come about that at evening time there will be light. And in that day, living waters will flow out of Jerusalem, half of them toward the eastern sea, and the other half toward the western sea. It will be in summer as well as in the winter. Even the ripeness of the fruit in the autumn time. And YeHoVaH will be king over all the earth. In that day YeHoVaH will be one, and his name one. All the land will be changed into a plain from Geba to Ramon, south of Jerusalem. But Jerusalem will rise and remain on its site from Benjamin's gate. Do you hear? We be jamming the son of the right hand, H1144, the youngest son of Jacob, also the name of two others. Israelites named Benjamin, like my brother. even Aaron, the bringer of this light. I love him so. Let him be faithful for what he, let each of us be faithful for what we were made to accomplish before we go into the evermore. One more time around. But this time is the forever time. Are you ready? Are you really ready? For all the land will be changed into a plain from Geba to Rimmon, south of Jerusalem. But Jerusalem will rise and remain on its site from Benjamin's gate as far as the place of the first gate to the first gate to the corner gate, and from the tower of Hananiah, which means God has favored a channel, a tower. Let the indwelling of the truth come in your heart. All that hear these words, mighty Father, enter the King's wine presses. That the people may live, the people will live in it, and there will be no longer no longer be a curse. The people will live and be under a curse no more, for Jerusalem will dwell in security. Do you hear? Now this will be the plague with which YeHoVaH will strike all the peoples who have gone to war against Jerusalem. Do you hear? Their flesh will rot while they stand on their feet, and their eyes will rot in their sockets, and their tongue will rot in their mouth. Now, mighty friends, if you don't believe the word of truth is living and alive, well then, you love the lie more than the truth. Now, when your day comes, and it will come, and before your flesh will rot while you stand, you will see the eyes rotting in the sockets and the tongues of those standing around you rot in their mouths before YeHoVaH strikes you down for coming to war against Jerusalem. It will come about in that day that a great panic from YeHoVaH will fall on them, and they will seize one another's hand, and the hand of one will be lifted against the hand of another. You hear these words? Will these words change your heart to believe that these biblical words, when the cunningness of the depth of your study will reveal the truth? You must go beyond the first veil of the temple, which is Jesus. You must go into this holy place and pass through the next veil of YeHoShUa and understand all these all these Jewish things, what they shadow pictures of these things truly mean. This is why God's chosen people do these things unknowingly. And if they try to do their own timing in God's will in the Bible, like the fallen angels of Mystery Babylon. Yeah, like they were so sure in 16 that, yeah, they'd been planning for all these hundreds of years. And the mighty golden eagle set sail. And he came from the crow's nest, gliding with such grace, devouring the snakes and the goats, dropping them as he soars in the clouds atop the mountains and all the earth. Mighty YeHoVaH, bless him and heal our land. Bless our leaders with wisdom, strength, all the divine workings of the Spirit of truth in a man's heart. Make the word come alive in all of our spiritual leaders, all the leaders elected for this great promised land, these United States, even in this world, in this state of Mystery Babylon's mind. Yehuda also will fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the surrounding nations will be gathered. Do you hear? Gold and silver and garments in great abundance. So also like this plague will be the plague on the horse, the mule, the camel, the donkey, the red ass, and all the cattle, the dumb beast that dwells all the evil demons for their casting forth. That will be in those cowboy camps, yippee-ki-yay. We got our flat stone blade, our stone and our bowie knife, and we got our edge, at the tip and along both sides, and all the way down to the hilt upon the right-hand side, and just thrusting in the left hand opposite the right hand upon the tip, that it may enter in your heart and mind. Then it will come about that any who are left of all the nations that went against Jerusalem will go up from year to year to worship the King, mighty YeHoVaH of hosts, and to celebrate the Feast of Booths. It's coming very soon, the Feast of Tabernacles, that tent raised within your mind, the secret place where all the doors are closed and locked. It's just the honey badger skin covering all like the prayer shawl. A black cube cast from their mind. No hat, nothing upon their head but their hair, and every one counted and known by mighty YeHoVaH. Every one. And it will be that whichever of the families of the earth does not go up to Jerusalem, into the two main hills, the true pointing, at least of the former reading, seems to be that of H3389. There's something here, mighty friends. They don't give us a link. So different setting here, but I know that we have one. I'm just not going to waste any more of your time trying to find it. I'll have it figured out next time, best I can. All right, I'll keep going here. And it will be that whichever of the families of the earth does not go up to Jerusalem to worship the King, mighty YeHoVaH of hosts, the unknowable God, the one that we cannot look into his face or we will die. He sent his Son, yea, with his Spirit within him, that we could look upon God and not die, but receive his rebuke, that we may be repented and live forevermore. Yea, the everlasting glory and his delight. The worship of the King, mighty YeHoVaH of hosts, there will be no rain on them. So if you don't go to Jerusalem, if you don't go up to Jerusalem, not go, what does that mean? If you will not go up, ascend, to climb, to arise, to ascend, to attack, to bring. Now look how many different words that was used for Allah. Allah. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? 59:27. 59:27. Where did I get that? Right here. Where he will go. We got it right here. Will not go up. 59:27. And then we have it right here. 59. Not go up. Look, it means Allah. If they will not Allah. Look how many different ways the words they used for that. The King James and the New American Standard. Not very consistent. Very interesting, I think. And it will be that whichever of the families of the earth does not go up to Jerusalem, does not Allah to worship the King, mighty YeHoVaH of hosts, there will be no rain on them. So let's look over there where the blackness of the crude is and see if their tongues and their eye sockets start rotting away. If the family of Egypt does not go up or enter, then no rain will fall on them. It will be the plague with which YeHoVaH smites the nations who do not go up to celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles. This will be the punishment of Egypt and the punishment of all the nations who do not go up to celebrate the Feast of Booths. And in that day there will be inscribed, are you listening? There will, in that day, there will, yea, the bales, on the bales of the horses, do you hear? Holy to YeHoVaH. And the cooking pots in YeHoVaH's house will be like the bowls before the altar. Every cooking pot in Jerusalem and in YeHoShUa will be holy to Jehovah of hosts, and all who sacrifice will come and take of them and boil in them their earthen vessels restored. And there will be, and there will no longer be a Canaanite in the house of YeHoVaH of hosts in that day, even unto this day and in this time, mighty friends. Yea, hallelujah, mighty friend. Faithful ones, I trust that you all received just a little treasure, a little piece, a little tender morsel. Yea, from the eagle. Oh, bring us something to eat, mighty friend, that we can share the love in our heart. Yea, and provide for our family and yours at the appointed time. Yea, mighty friend, does your heart seek to find the way? Yea, the narrow way few will ever find. Yeah, you have to realize that stone once rejected by the builders, he has now become the chief cornerstone. Yea, mighty friend. It all started with us. Oh, many years ago, I forget how many. But we started in this age with this website, the Glory Knowledge Foundation. Yea, it was once just Glory Knowledge when it was first getting started. But once we saw that, the temple inside could not be established unless this stone once rejected becomes that chief cornerstone, and it was laid with the glory and the knowledge and the everlasting, the hope, mighty friends. We have the glory knowledge. A little quick review here. Keep my Sabbaths. Isaiah 56. The word we received on November the 4th, 2017, inspired by the rekindling of fire early on the Sabbath day. That fire in the outer court. Thus says Jehovah, keep ye justice and do righteousness, for my salvation is near to come, and my favor to be revealed. Happy is the man that does these things, for the Son of Man that holds fast by it, that keepeth the Sabbath from profaning it, and keeps his hand from doing any evil. Neither let the alien that hath joined himself to YeHoVaH speak, saying, YeHoVaH will surely separate me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. For thus says YeHoVaH concerning the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths, and choose the things that please me, and hold fast by the covenant, yea, the covenant of YeHoVaH, even unto them will I give to my house, and within my walls a monument with a memorial better than the sons and the daughters. I will give them all everlasting memorial, yea, that shall not be cut off. Also the aliens, yea, that join themselves to YeHoVaH, to minister unto him, and to love the name of YeHoVaH, to be his servants, every one that keeps the Sabbath from profaning it, and holds fast by YeHoVaH's covenant, even them will YeHoVaH bring to the holy mountain, and make them joyful in the house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be acceptable upon YeHoVaH's altar. Remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy, and all that come that honor the Sabbath day, ye shall be accepted upon YeHoVaH's altar. For YeHoVaH's house shall be called a house of prayer for all people, that earthen vessel in this reality, yea, your mortal body, yea, the body of the anointed Son's mind upon your shoulders, yea, say as YeHoShUa HaMashiach, yea, the God we know, who gathers the dispersed from all Israel, yea, upon all the earth. Yet YeHoVaH, he will gather others to him, beside those of him that are gathered. Do you hear? All ye beasts of the field, come to devour, yea, all ye beasts in the forest. His watchmen are all blind, without knowledge. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. They ain't never caught a rabbit. They ain't no friend of mine. Yea, ravaging, lying up and down the street, and loving to slumber. Yea, the dogs are greedy. They know not when they have enough. And these are shepherds. They cannot understand. They all turn to their own way, not the treasured way. The narrow way few will find. Yea, each one to his gain, one and all in their own way. Come ye, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant. Yea, Mystery Babylon, fetching that wine and filling you with the strong drink, making sure you got plenty for tomorrow. Yea, Mystery Babylon is designed to take us away. Well, we have lots of little journeys like that we've taken. We've left a few of them here for you. There are many, many, many years of these kinds of things we haven't linked to, but a few of the nicer ones, the ones that I thought were special are, let's see, I think they're over here under iSalve, and if you search under the search engine, I haven't done this in a while, so let's try this out. Let's go with well, should we do that? No. Let's keep going. Don't forget about that eSword Bible software. Version 12 just came out. Make sure you get updated. We got all the writings of wisdom, the Torah portions every week, various writings we've done, various writings and collections of Jewish writings through the ages and Christian writings through the ages. Lots and lots and lots of resources. Pretty much every book you could ever imagine right there at your fingertips. Signs. These are some of the things that we had wrote about. The early rain, the knowledge. These are a few of this menu's got a few of the older ones, some of the ones that we thought were special. We'd like to share with y'all. So check that out. That brings us to Hebrew Pie. Yea, mighty friends, HebrewPie.com. That message kept hidden since the foundation of the world, now and forever. Yea, like a grain offering in the tabernacle of your mind. 2 faithful witnesses. Yea, the 10 Commandments, and you sharing them with another. That's the 2 witnesses, mighty friend. Have no other God before the one true God, mighty YeHoVaH. Don't make any graven image or idol. Not take the name of YeHoVaH, yea, the Son, YeHoShUa HaMashiach. Take his name not in vain, mighty friend. I think it's kind of funny. I mean, this is not a name, this is a title. And it's a title where the name should be, and says not to defile that. And that's what they've done right there. In that version, upon the surface, of that first Jesus fell on Sunday. Some never find the true Sabbath day. Some never remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. For they think Sunday, the pagan Sunday worship, is the God of the Bible day worship. They've never studied the Bible. They only go by what other men say, and other men's hearts are liars. They only want their money. Yeah, we only want to see your soul filled with the truth, and that your love for the truth honor your father and your mother, that you would never kill or murder, that you would never commit adultery, that you would be faithful to that bone of your bone and flesh of your flesh, that you shall not steal, that you shall not bear false witness, and that you shall not covet anything that your neighbor has. This is the sea. And when you open your eyes every morning and part the Red Sea and cross over and stand upon the rock, of the power of 10, then the former and the latter rain can grow your mustard seed. Today, we heard 47, or we saw 47. It's entitled, The Goat Wearing red. It's about two old shaggy black-haired goats. 40 years before the temple was torn down. Well, it was what these goats did. You see, these goats in these Jewish ceremonies, they would slay one and they would make one a scapegoat, and they'd tie a ribbon around the horns, I believe it was. And if after 40 days the goat came back to the temple, the ribbon that they tied around the scapegoat's horns had always turned white, like their lamb skin aprons, unseen in all the earth. But when the King of Glory was pierced, and when his hand came down upon the lintel and tore the final veil, that all may see. Well, then every time after that, for 40 years until the temple was torn down, the scapegoat came back, and the ribbon was never white again. It was always red. And the mystery is that the tabernacle of David has 4 coverings like the clover. Joseph, his father Jacob, gave him a coat of many colors like all the earth. Men of different origins, different colors. Some alien to Israel, others of Israel. But nonetheless, the treasured coat given to him by his father, Joseph, the one that saved all of Egypt, all that age of time. Wow, what a story. So after they killed him, and his blood and water poured out his side into the earth, the scapegoat came back always with the ribbon red, indicating for 40 years why the doors of the temple never opened and closed anymore by themselves. Because it was the spirit of truth, that spirit within YeHoShUa, that opened and closed the doors, and they slew him. And so for 40 years, they had to open and close them great big heavy doors themselves and see a red ribbon and look down upon what covers their inequity. The enmity between the woman and the seed. And know that the apron must be dyed, that lambskin red, that flap must be circumcised off their heart, that all those tools of Mystery Babylon must be melted like silver and gold in the fire. That old black shaggy goat hair that covers up the whole earth, unseen, this Mystery Babylonian, this Baal, this Baal eye, Eve worship. Yeah, I saw you, brother. You worshipers of Baal. Yeah, there were 7,000 in the whole earth that refused to bow their knee to Baal. Yeah, we come to make the way straight for 6,999 other ones that we are looking for, and we have found, and we have seen several. With your support, yeah, we'll continue our efforts in the Yellow Submarine and around the USA, sharing the true message of truth and anointing the heads of all the remnant. Yea, that the sum of Hebrew Pi 47, which is 294. So let's take a quick look in our tradition before we get started on this and see what H294, the Hebrew tongue, the old brown driver, it has for that. Let's see. Let me get over here and switch her around. There we go. The BDB, the old brown driver Briggs for H294, is Isamach, which in Hebrew means my brother is support, or my brother has supported. Yeah, which is exactly what we're calling each of you to do. First, only the builders, yeah, supporting other builders. Not masons. I'm not a mason. I'm a builder. I worship the one true God. I pray you'll join me in this quest of, revealing the one that walks before each of us. But remember, my brother, a Danite, he was a workman on the Tabernacle, but he was a Danite. And remember, none of the Danites, the tribe of Dan, make it. That's the tribe that doesn't make it. That must be the tribe that works against the Father. I believe that there are 300 that have crossed over. But the rest, and all their kin, I think their heart is reprobate beyond imagination. They've told so many lies, they don't know what the truth is. So the word study gives us a couple. Let's look at Exodus 38:23. With him was Oilah Laab, the son of Isamach. There it is, H294, of the tribe of Dan, an engraver and a skillful workman and a weaver in blue and in purple and in scarlet and fine linen. A weaver from the tribe of Dan. A red, a blue, and a purple that makes them two into this one. The old word study. So let's see what we got, and if we move away from the Greek, or move away from the Hebrew and move back into the Greek, or we stay in this Greek mindset, what do we got? We've got a roundabout way to invest, to enrobe, wrap clothes around oneself. Let's look at Luke 7:25, what the Mashiach says. But when did you go out to sea? When did you go out to sea? When did you set sail, mighty friend? A man dressed in soft clothing? There it is, G294, dressed. Those who are splendidly clothed and live in luxury are found in royal palaces. Does not occur separately, but with other words making complementary. A city of Macedonia, to throw all around, to sink into a garment. And it'll be let's see, H294. We didn't have an ancient Hebrew lexicon for that one. Okay. Well, mighty friend, let's see. Let's see. 294. Do you have your heart prepared, mighty friend? Are you ready? You think you can bear Hebrew Pi 47? Do you really? Well, let's see. Let's see if I can make it where you can even hear it. Uh-oh. No, it's not there. Let's try this. I don't think that's coming through quite the way that I was hoping that it would, so I'm going to let you go here and work this out. All right, let me, there we go. All right, now we got things semi-situated. All right, so we're going to come here. You're going to listen to this recording. This is the Hebrew Pi, the spreadsheet that takes the digits of pi, changes them into the pictographic Hebrew, and what the various meanings of each letter in the spiritual meaning given me that I have discerned through the years. This is how we have developed these things. So, I hope you'll enjoy that. You get down here to the end, be sure to listen to the Moody Blues. I can't play any of this stuff, or, YouTube and come after me. And be sure to go to Aziel and figure out what the scapegoat really is all about, and where the limits of the true promised land really lie, and those about to rock. a 21-gun salute. Dig deep in some of these other things and awaken to this Mishnah. And you might be surprised what you discover one unto yet another. So, mighty friends, remember always that your support and the love of the existing Father in each one of our hearts, freely giving one unto another as one washing the other's feet, that each can be forgiven and each can walk upon the water in the fourth watch every day like 1,000 years and 1,000 years with mighty YeHoVaH, just every single day in the Spirit, fighting the good fight, running the race, until we meet again, mighty friend. May the love of God be in your heart, the hope of glory in your tabernacle, and may the two come together right now. Overweight, yea, the us, the you in each one of us, the Lamb of life and the blood of truth.